Hey guys, so today's video is going to be all about the best and worst of Boxycharm. So I was subscribed to Boxycharm for about 6 months, I want to say. So I received 6 different boxes and quite the array of products. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to go through what I'd received over those 6 months and kind of share with you guys and kind of talk about what was the best, what was the worst, what was the just kind of meh that I felt kind of about. And yeah, give you my thoughts on whether or not Boxycharm is actually worth it. So if you want to hear my thoughts, just keep watching. Alright, so we're going to go best, meh, and then worst. So we're going to start with the best products that I received from my Boxycharm. And I'm not going to go through every single product that I received because we'd be here for like 30 days. And I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me talk about every single product again. So I just kind of picked my favorites, a few of the ones that I just felt kind of meh about, and then the ones that I do not like at all. So the first product in my best category is this Tarteist lip paint, and I got mine in the shade Home Slice. It's a really gorgeous peachy shade. I'll do a little swatch on my hand for you guys. I believe I received this in the fall, which was kind of a weird time to receive it because I was like, we're heading into fall and you want to reach for berries, not necessarily this very pretty peachy color. I'm reaching for it a lot now that it's spring, but I wasn't in the fall. But yeah, I really do enjoy this. I like the formula on this. I got a full size in this, which was fantastic. And yeah, loved this product. I also really love this vintage cosmetics, or just vintage smoky eye pencil that we got in the box. Now, I don't really line my waterline very often, or I don't really use pencil liner very often, but when I do, this has reformed so beautifully. It stays in my waterline for a very, very long time. It smudges out really well if you want to do a smoky wing liner, but I've really been enjoying this. I'm really glad I got it in the box. I didn't have a black eyeliner because I kind of just got rid of them because I wasn't really using them, so I've really been enjoying this one when I do reach for a black liner. And I also really love this Pure Bronze and Brighten cheek palette. So I feel like people gave this some mixed reviews. It is quite a shimmery, shiny, metallic palette, but I don't use these, well, with the exception of the highlighter, as a full-on blush or a full-on highlighter. I kind of use these as toppers because they are so incredibly reflective. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are so beautiful. That kind of looks like ice cream. But I feel like if I were to put that blush all over my cheeks, it would just be so textured and so just not nice looking. So I use these more of a topper, especially the bronzer because it is quite dark. I've also used that on my eyes and it's very pretty, but it also looks really nice as just a little light topper on top of your bronzer to give you some extra glow. I also really love the Pretty Vulgar Hush or Make Them Blush and Hush Blush that I received in my Boxycharm 2 or 3 months ago, I think. It's just a really nice pink shade. The blush is pigmented, but is still super duper blendable. This is one of my favorite everyday flushes. It just gives the face a lot of nice life. It just kind of wakes my complexion up, and I think it's fantastic. I'm really happy that they threw this in the box, and how gorgeous is this packaging? It looks like a little picture frame. I love it so much. And I also really love the Winky Lux Kitten palette. The packaging honestly leaves a little bit to be desired. There's no mirror, which I don't know. It's kind of a give or take for me. It's nice when they really have mirrors, but it's not the end of the world when they don't. I really love the color selection in here. I love these mauvey purple shades, and then this blue shade. It's like a duochrome. This beautiful blue duochrome, and it's so unique and gorgeous. See how pretty that is? And these are so nicely pigmented. They blend out so well. My only complaint is that I wish this purple was a little more impactful. I feel like on my eyes it just goes a little bit brown and it's not as bright as I'd like it to be. But I haven't tried it with a wet eye base. I've only used it with a dry eye base. Oh my goodness, this gold. You have no idea how beautiful this gold is. Watch. One swipe, I barely touched it, and it's so pigmented. So beautiful. So gorgeous. This is an amazing little palette. Would I buy it if I didn't get it in my Boxycharm? I don't know, but I'm very happy that I got it in my Boxycharm. So the last best product that I have is the Lacquer Cloud Lips, and mine is in the shade Sun Shower, I believe. It's this really gorgeous reddish pink shade. Oh, it's so pretty. And the formula on these is fantastic. It's a matte lip color, but once you apply it to your lips, it sets and it does not budge. And it goes on really smoothly. It goes on really easily. I just really, really love it. So beautiful. So now onto the meh category. So I want to make a quick clarification about the meh category and the worst category. Some of these aren't because of the formula of the products, it's just because the colors may not suit me or the formula or something like that, but I will clarify that when I talk about them. I'm not bashing on all these products because they may be really great and work for someone else. They just might not be things that I would have chosen for myself. So the first product is this Naked Cosmetics Holographic Highlighter Collection. So this is a colorful highlighter palette. I mean, as you guys can probably tell. These are nicely pigmented, but I'm not in love with the way they go on my cheeks. I use them mostly on my eyes, or I'll use them very sparingly on my cheeks. I actually already had a colorful highlighter palette in my collection. It was the ABH Aurora Glow Kit, which I picked up during Black Friday at Ulta or something like that. And these are pretty. I like them, but I'm not a huge fan of the way the formula sits on my cheeks. I feel like it brings out the texture a little bit, and I feel like these are a little bit crumbly if you're not packing them on, like, onto your eyes. But I mean, they're pretty, they're colorful highlighters. I'm glad that I have these colors in my collection to kind of play around with and to accent my eye looks or to use on other places on my face. But yeah, I just feel kind of meh about it. I'm honestly only keeping it because it does have different shades than my ABH Aurora Glow Kit, or else I would have passed it along to a friend. Next up is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Prosecco Pop. So this is a gorgeous gold highlighter. It's one that Jaclyn Hill did in collaboration with Becca. It's just a really pretty gold. And I don't have any bad things to say about the formula of this. I just don't like the color. I really feel like some of the products that I don't like are because Boxycharm didn't really take into account my skin tone, and therefore they don't really suit me. So I can't wear this highlighter on its own. It's way too dark, way too yellow on me. So I'm hoping this summer to get some use out of it, like on my body, maybe when I get a little bit of a tan, like the shade darker than I turn. But yeah, I feel like if Boxycharm would have taken into account the wide range of skin tones and maybe included like Moonstone? No. Is Opal lighter than Moonstone, or is Moonstone lighter than Opal? I don't know, one of the lighter ones from Becca. I feel like I would have loved it. It would have been in the best category, but since this is too dark for me to use, I just feel kind of meh about it. The next product that I feel kind of meh about is this Cover FX Shimmer Veil, and this is in the shade Amethyst, I believe. And I don't know, I would have much preferred that they included a different color of this. The purple's pretty, but I'm not a big purple eye wearer. I don't wear a lot of purple eye makeup. It's a pretty color. I've tried dabbing it all over the lid before. I don't have any issues with the formula. It's just the color really isn't my preference, and I feel like it just doesn't flatter me that well. So I like the formula. It's really cool that they included a Cover FX product, and this is a really nice size. I don't know if this is full size or not. I feel like it might be, but it's just not one of my favorites. These next two items that I feel just kind of meh about are both mascaras, and it's the Tarte's Lash Paint Mascara as well as the Butter London Double Decker Mascara. So I like and dislike that they include mascaras. I feel like you can't really pick a mascara that's gonna work with every person's lash type and what they want out of their lashes, so I feel like it's really hard to appease everyone with that. I almost wish that, I'm pretty sure that you fill out like a survey, I can't quite remember now. You fill out like a survey when you get your Boxycharm with like your preferences, your skin tone, blah 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 blah. I think if you were to fill out something about the kind of mascara you want and they did kind of variants of mascara, I think that would be better. The Tarte's Lash Paint one was pretty good. It gave me nice length, pretty decent volume, but it smudged so terribly on me, so I had to use it with Lash Paradise, which wasn't that bad, but Lash Paradise is my absolute favorite. Nothing can beat that. Nothing has beaten that so far. And then the Butter London Double Decker Lashes. This one's pretty good. I've been using this one the past couple days. I like it. It doesn't quite give me the length that I want, but it does give nice volume. This next product I just found to be kind of not what I expected, which is why I feel just kind of meh about it. So it's the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizing primer. So this is supposed to be luminizing but also reduce your pores. And when I think of a luminizing primer, I think of something that's going to make me glowy, but that's also going to like condition my skin and just add a little bit of moisture, because I am more combo skin. I get very dry out of my T-zone during the winter and pretty oily / normal during the summertime. So I feel like when I would use this would be in the winter time, and since it has really no like moisture benefits, I feel like it doesn't really do great things for my skin. So I just feel kind of underwhelmed by it. So now we're on to the worst, and honestly guys, I don't have that many like worst products in this category, because the majority of the products that I get I either like or I just feel kind of meh about them. So I actually had 4 products, but I decluttered, like when I was going through and making this video idea, I had 4 products and then I accidentally decluttered one before I moved, so I don't have it to show you, but I will try to insert a picture. That product is the Butte Basics Bronzer Palette. It was just way too warm for me. It was super warm, it was shimmery, it had like gold veining in it. I did not like that product at all. But now onto the products that I do have. I have the Real Her Blush Kit. Now, no, this isn't the worst product in the world, but I'm not thrilled by the formula on this, guys, and I've been pulling it out. I've used it the past couple days, and I still just feel very underwhelmed by it. This blush is super shimmery. It's pink, it has like gold shimmer, it's like NARS Orgasm-esque. This one's a nice coral shade. And then this is a nice kind of nude shade. And honestly, the nude shade is the only reason I've really been holding on to this, because I don't really have a blush this color, and I do enjoy the look of it on my cheeks. So I probably need to get rid of this, but I'm going to give it a couple more shots, but it's really one of my least favorite products that I've gotten from Boxycharm. This next product is the Glam Metals palette from Crown Brush or Crown Pro. Crown Brush, Crown Pro. Are those the same thing? I don't know. Leave me down in the comments if you know. And I just feel so confused when I look at this palette. Like, most of these shades are shimmer. The only shade that isn't a shimmer or a satin is this black right here. And I just feel like I can't create a whole look with this palette, which isn't always an issue, but I just don't feel like, I don't feel excited. I don't feel inspired by this palette. I just feel like everything's kind of grungy and just blah. So I don't know. It's really not my favorite. I've only used it like twice, I think, which is terrible. I really need to get it out and get some use out of it, or get it out of my collection. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling about this one. So the last product in the worst category will not come to a surprise to you if you've already seen my declutter video, and it is the Boxycharm X Pure palette. So this palette, I was excited when I saw it. Honestly, it came out around the same time that the Natasha Denona Tropic palette came out. And this is what I wanted the Tropic palette to look like, or something very similar to this. Really warm peachy tones, some nice pops of color right here, and then a really gorgeous shimmery shade, some pinks and purples. I just felt the color selection in this is absolutely beautiful. The issues that I have with this are the formula. The mattes, while they blend well, I feel like they can kind of blend away, and they have a ton of kick up, which that part doesn't really bother me too much, but the blending ability is just more where I have the issue. And then the satins in here are just very weak. They're just not very, it's this peach shade, and then this shade, there's just not a lot going on there. I'm running out of room to swatch. They're swatching pretty well, but once you try to put them on your eyes, they're just not very impactful. And then the shimmer shades, those are where I have the biggest issue with this palette, and kind of the kick in the pants that I needed to just move this out of my collection. These are so loosely packed. I don't know if you guys can see, but watch, I'm gonna rub my finger in there. And do you see how much like loose pigment is just floating around? Like, that's, look at my finger. That is not like pressed enough. There's something, they pressed this palette really strangely. And watch, they just swatch kind of flaky. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm so sorry, these swatches are terrible. But they just kind of go on the eyes really flaky, and they have so much fallout. Like, one time at night, thank goodness it was at night, and I was just playing around with makeup. I didn't have to go anywhere, and I tried to smudge this gorgeous bright blue shade. It's so pretty swatched. Isn't that beautiful? And I tried to smudge it on my lower lash line. I was careful about it. I tapped my brush off. I had done every like other part of the eye that I wanted to, and I did that, and I had glitter like down to here, like sparkly silver glitter. It was so bad. There's so much fallout. So as you guys can tell, most of these products are either in the best category and I really liked them, or they're in the meh category for mostly shade issues or just formula preferences or just my makeup preferences in general. And there are very few in the bad category. I honestly had a hard time coming up with things to put in the bad category. So overall, I think Boxycharm is a great way to kind of expand your collection if you don't want to be too particular about what you're bringing in. If you just want more makeup, I think this is a great, really affordable way to expand your collection. It's only $21 a month. It's cheaper if you buy it like 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, like a pack like that. But you can do it month by month. Honestly, I think I may subscribe for this next month because there are a couple products that I want. There are some sneak peeks, but I want to see like the full box before I decide to buy it or not. So overall, I would say go for it. If you want to subscribe to Boxycharm, I would definitely go for it. You always get like over $100 of value like in your box, so it more than pays for itself. And yeah, so I think that's it for this video, you guys. I would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. And yeah, stay tuned for my next videos. I have some really, really awesome ones planned. Also, always make sure you check in the description box because I always list everything and I usually link it. And I also have my Instagram and Pinterest linked in there. I'm super active on Instagram. I post pretty much almost daily and I post a lot of like mini tutorials on there too. I just started a color series and I did a look on a green eye, and I guess I didn't do one on this eye because it's kind of pinky. I guess maybe I should have filmed this one, but I didn't, so maybe I'll do this one if you guys want to see that look. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
So I either really like these products, or they might be good products, but they just don't suit me, and I'm turning. This is why you should not film with a spinny chair. So as you guys can tell, nope, I gotta put my foot down. I'd really appreciate